Hi everyone, I'm Natalie, the Wine Club Manager here at Anthony Road, and I am here to introduce you to the wines that Peter has selected for the March Wine Club shipment. Excitingly enough, he has selected wines that are from the 2020 vintage, which if you've heard, or if you haven't, the 2020 vintage in the Finger Lakes was amazing, so we're very excited to share these wines with you. Starting with the Gray Series Vignole. For those of you that don't know, the Gray Series is our limited production line where Peter and Taylor get to experiment a little bit more. Typically a Vignole is a sweet or dessert wine, but in our Gray Series bottling, it is a semi-dry, which is beautiful. So you still get a lot of those classic melon and tropical fruit notes, but it finishes a bit cleaner and drier. And in this particular vintage, there's a lot of those tropical fruit notes, so pineapple, mango. And they translate beautifully to the palate. There's a little bit of weight there, but it finishes clean and dry because Vignole is known to have high acidity, and this is no exception. Next up, our club members are getting a pre-release, so early access to the 2020 Semi-Dry Riesling. This is a very popular wine here at Anthony Road, and the 2020 vintage is a great example of our Semi-Dry Rieslings. This is not available in the tasting room, only to club members. And instead of a lot of those citrus notes, you're going to get a little bit more of the apple and pear. Yeah, Asian pear for sure. Granny Smith. A really nice mineral finish there, so there's that wet stone note in the end, but nice fruit and weight up front. This is a beautiful wine, and it's going to be a great food wine this spring. So those two will be in the Friends Club shipment. They'll also be in the Family and Passion Club shipment, but Family and Passion Club members will also be getting the 2020 Unoaked Chardonnay. This is a family favorite around here. The Unoaked Chardonnay is crisp, very true to the fruit, doesn't go through malolactic, and it never sees a barrel. So this is a very good expression of cool climate Chardonnay. And the 2020 vintage is going to lend more of those ripe fruit notes. So while there is still citrus and lemon, there's a lot of apple and even a little bit of mango. A tiny bit more body than the 19 Chardonnay. But that's drinking beautifully right now, and I think it's going to complement your Easter Passover table very well. Wanted to include one of my favorite wines in this shipment. That is the Devonian Red. This is our table red. It's a red blend, mostly of Cab Franc and Lemberger, but there is a little Merlot and Pinot Noir in here. This is a non-vintage wine, but this particular bottling does have a lot of the 2020 Cab Franc in it, so it's going to make it a little bit bolder than our other bottlings of Devonian Red. There's lots of dark red fruit on the nose, a little bit of pepper and some kind of baking spice in there. Cherry all over the palate. And definitely the pepper translates. And there's just like a hint of a licorice or something right there in the finish, which is lovely. I bring this home all the time, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. All right, as many of you know, Passion Club members receive a library or an early release wine in their shipments. In this case, they're getting both. So not only do they get the early release of the 2020 Semi-Dry Riesling, we're also pulling the 2015 Tierce out of the library. So for those unfamiliar, Tierce is a dry Riesling that we make in collaboration with Fox Run and Red Newt. The last bottling will be released this summer, and in anticipation of that, we thought it would be nice to revisit the 2015 Tierce and see how it has developed. Still a lot of lemon and citrus on the nose, but there is that subtle petrol that you get in an aged Riesling that's coming through. There's something herbaceous. It's still very bright and crisp, still have lovely acidity, a little bit of like candied lemon, that herbaceous note. It's like thyme sort of weaved through there. This is beautiful. You can drink this now and enjoy it, or you could even hang on to it for another 5, even 10 years, and those petrol notes will continue to develop. But that is a beautiful wine from the library. And these are the wines for the upcoming March 2022 Wine Club shipment. Keep your eyes on your email for June, because June we have a lot of rosés to share with you, and we're really excited about it. Until then, I hope you enjoy these beautiful wines from the 2020 vintage. Thanks.